you are starting or thinking about starting your orthodontic journey, you might want to stick around because this video is for you.
Blame you, no, 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 no.
Oh my gosh, I have been waiting so long to make this video. I have been patiently waiting forever, it feels like, to make this video, and we are finally here. Like, I'm excited. I don't know if you could tell on my face or not, but I'm so happy. I'm excited. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, I can't stop saying that I'm happy. I've been saying that I'm happy for a while now. Anyways, guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sherwin. I realize you could be anywhere else on this big old YouTube, and you decided to be here, and for that I am so very thankful for you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today we have a sit down video. All right, I haven't done a sit down video in a while. A couple reasons. I think I really enjoy vlogging. It takes a little less effort as far as like getting ready, making sure like my tripod and my camera's propped up, making sure that I have my guides, because I don't do really well with scripts. Like, I always want my content, whatever I decide to put on YouTube, to come off as authentic as possible. So scripts don't really work for me. I have tried to do sit down videos with scripts before. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. But I do use guides because I know what I want to talk about. But I use the guides to tell me, okay, this is the order in which I want to talk about these things. Long story short, that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. We're here because I am finally done with my Invisalign treatment. First and foremost, I'm going to correct myself because Invisalign is the brand, all right? But I actually did not get Invisalign. I had clear aligners from a brand name, Clearly. See, I don't know if this is focusing well, guys. The brand name is Clearly. Originally, I went looking for an orthodontist for Invisalign. So I did a consult with about 4 orthodontists. When I got to the orthodontist that I actually liked, when I made my decision, they weren't offering Invisalign anymore. And yeah, I know, like, some people would rather go with the brand name, but at the end of the day, they're all the same. I do understand from a business standpoint, they probably decided not to do Invisalign because of what it would cost on their end. You know, whatever the profit margins are, it probably wasn't making sense anymore. I don't know what really happened, but I do know that they did used to provide the Invisalign, the actual brand, and then they switched over to Clearly, which is supposed to be like a liner that is more clear. The technology is more new, because the selling point to me was that the technology was more new, that Invisalign still had some ways to go as far as technology is considered, and this brand actually allowed them to align the teeth much faster and make better movements with the teeth. Whatever, got sold. I started my orthodontist treatment April of 2023. Before even considering the treatment, I had to get surgery, oral surgery on my mouth. I am going to attach that vlog to the back of this video, and I'm so bad at that because I say I'm gonna do it, and once I'm done editing, I never remember that I actually have to do it. All right, so I'm going to do it. I'm gonna take my time editing this because I want to be as informative as possible for someone who might be thinking about investing in their smile and don't really know what to expect going in, or if they should even go in. Backstory. As a child, I experienced what's called an impacted tooth. What that means is that I have a tooth that never came down as a child. So my right fang came down, but my left thing never came down as a child. It literally stayed, you know, teeth, when the teeth is coming down from your gums, like once you drop your baby teeth and your adult teeth starts to come down from your gums, my left thing decided, not today. Like, get somebody else to do it. Not me, not today, get somebody else to do it. So that left me with a shifted smile. So my smile is shifted to the left, because having all of your teeth basically keeps the symmetry in your face. It keeps the symmetry in your jaw, it keeps the symmetry in your face, and it keeps everything just aligned to where your midline, which is the gap, people call it their gap, it sits in the middle because you have all your teeth. So if you're missing one on this side, your smile is going to shift this way. If you're missing it on this side, your smile is going to shift this way. And so that tooth never came down. All right, that wasn't the issue. The issue is that tooth decided that it would move as an adult, right? And what we were afraid of is that that tooth might one day move down and hit a nerve, knocking down one of my front teeth. And once the nerve is gone, I have no teeth. Like, I have no front teeth. So I had to get surgery. Once I decided on a surgery date and I met with the surgeon, we did a consultation. They informed me that it was only a 50-50 chance that they were going to be able to bring the tooth down. So the options that I had was try to bring the tooth down. Because of my age, they couldn't guarantee that the tooth would actually come down, and I would have to get metal braces. All right, if you're not new here, then you know that metal braces was not an option for me at the time. I don't know, at the time, stay with me. At the time, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want metal braces. I'm not doing metal braces. And so I decided that I've been without this tooth for all of my 30 plus years. And if it goes away, like if we have to remove it, I'm not feeling like I'm missing anything. You get what I'm saying? So what I ended up doing was having them extract the tooth. So they had to go in. First of all, they put me to sleep. And they went in and removed the impacted tooth. First of all, oral surgery is no joke, okay? My head was the size of a bowling ball. My jaw was swollen. Bleeding from your mouth is disgusting. Like, it was horrid, because my stitches went across my gums, from one side of my from one side of the top of my gums to the other side of the top of my gums. I was stitched up. I couldn't eat solids. And if you know anything about me, is that I love to eat. I love to cook the same way I love to eat. I was icing my head every couple hours. I had to take medicine so I wouldn't get an infection. But I did it, got through it. And I think after 4 weeks of healing, which I wasn't really healed by 4 weeks, but I couldn't really do anything else with my mouth. It was like 4 to 6 weeks before I could even seek out the orthodontist to do my treatment. I thought about veneers. I didn't go with veneers because of the process of veneers. It's not for me. Like, I really thought about it, but for me, it's not for me, because I think about things. I think about, like, as we age, you know, our bodies are not the same. The composition of our bodies start to drop as we age, whether we like it or not. It doesn't matter what you do, the composition of your body, naturally it starts to drop, which means your gums start to drop. And I always wonder, like, you know, just the process of veneers, if it will hold up by the time I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it wasn't an option for me. I have nothing against it, but it just wasn't an option for me, in my opinion. I know a lot of people with beautiful veneers. They paid a lot of money for them, but it wasn't my first choice. It was a thought. So I decided on clear aligners, Invisalign, something that would be discreet and still do what it needed to do. So I decided that I wanted my teeth aligned. And the real reason I made the final decision to move forward with it, it was something I wanted to do for a long time. But when I started vlogging a year ago, I have a vlog. I made a vlog. It was a travel vlog with me and my husband. We went to the Bahamas for his birthday. And so as I was rewatching that vlog, I realized, I'm like, okay, like I realized, first of all, the camera that I was using was not as clear or as great, but it brought attention to my mouth, my teeth in that vlog. And in that vlog was the very, like, it was that push that I needed to do what I said I was going to do. When I rewatched that vlog, I was like, yeah, it's time to give my teeth a line, because I don't know if it's the position I was holding the camera in or whatever the case might be, but I'm like, if I'm going to do this vlogging thing and I'm going to be on this big old YouTube on George Bush's internet, it's time to invest. And it became part of, like, it became a push to something I had already planned to do way before I started vlogging. The only thing that stopped me before was the fact that I was so afraid to have oral surgery. I was so scared. Till the day of, I was scared. Actually, as I'm sitting here speaking to you, I am still scared. I do not want to go through that again. I was scared for a reason, because, you know, sometimes you're scared and it turns out, oh, it's not that bad. For me, if someone tells me I have to have oral surgery again, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry because I'm still scared. But I decided to do a hard thing, and that meant investing in myself and my profile. My mom always said that your face is your profile. You take care of yourself, because how you come is how you receive. And I would highly recommend, if you have it in your mind and you are looking to invest in your smile and you can afford to do it, do it. If I had to do it again, would I go with Invisalign? I don't know. Would I go with the clear aligners? I don't know if I would go with the clear aligners, because a month after I got mine done, my daughter got braces, metal braces. And I feel like she has handled her orthodontic journey way better than I did. And it could be because kids are resilient, or it could be because metal braces are easier. You don't have to switch them out every 2 or 3 weeks. You only have to go see your orthodontist every 6 to 8 weeks to get your wires or whatever tightened. And it could be that this girl is strong. Like, my daughter's been strong her whole life. Her whole life. She didn't cry when she got vaccinations. But I did, during my treatment, think about what it would be like if I had gotten the metal braces instead. I consulted with 4 or 5 orthodontists before I made my final decision. I realized that teeth are expensive. And I've been investing in my teeth for a very long time. Even before I got it aligned, there were things in my teeth that needed to be done before actually doing the final cosmetic process. Because that's what getting aligners or braces is at the end of the day. Is the aesthetics. It is cosmetics. I got the surgery. I did my consultations. I think it was 4 or 5. What made me decide to go with the doctor that I chose, out of all the consultations that I had done, doctors came in. I'm very personable. So if you make me feel like you value me, and I'm not just, I already know that I'm a check coming into the door. My money is going to contribute keeping the business going, helping you pay someone, you know. I already know. So when I step into an establishment and I don't feel like you actually appreciate just my business, then I'm not paying for anything that you're offering me, basically. The other orthodontists, oh, I don't know if it's with, can y'all hear the S? Because it's in there. The other ones, they were fine, you know, but some of them had longer treatment times, and that turned me off. Some of them seemed like they just wanted to get it done, like they weren't actually listening. And the other ones had like longer treatment time, so 18 to 24 months. And I'm like, 2 years with plastic in my mouth? Can't be. Like, no way. Others, a couple of them, I didn't like that. And I didn't know that I didn't like it until I met my doctor. So the other ones, they, you know, they had whoever's selling, the salesperson in the office, right, come meet with you. And then all of a sudden they would call the doctor in, and the doctor is not sitting but standing over you and just talking to you. And you know, I even had one of them, it's like he was in a rush, right? And then I had one doctor who told me that he could not fix my or align my mouth without metal braces. And at the time I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing metal braces. I want Invisalign. I went in this journey knowing exactly what I wanted, and I wanted Invisalign. I did not want metal braces at the time. So when I finally got to Dr. Freeman's office, what I liked is that, yes, every office that is doing these cosmetic things has someone who does consultations. On this consultation, this person is supposed to literally sell you whatever it is, because you're the next patient. They're supposed to win you over. So he has his lady, and then he comes in and sits in front of me. He looks at my teeth, and then he sits in the desk while I'm sitting in front of him. I'm sitting in front of the doctor now, not the person who's in charge of consultations. It's getting personable, right? You're showing me that you value me. Not only that, as he begins to talk, he has already, just by looking at my mouth, he already has 2 plans ready and available for me. And he does also offer me a plan for braces, but he's showing me, he's like drawing it out, showing me what plans he has for my treatment. And he's speaking to me, and he's asking me questions, and he's making sure that I understand the process, and asking me, do you have any more questions? I will answer any question that you have for me. He's talking to me like he's passionate about what he does. He still loves what he do, and that he values me as a paycheck or customer, like a client, a patient. So I'm like, oh, I love this. I like this. I like the personality. I like how welcoming the whole office was. The whole office is welcoming. Everybody's nice. You walk in, and my name was like on a board, you know, to welcome me in. And I like that. I like that everyone in the office is nice and polite, and I feel like they're getting paid amazingly, because nobody's in there acting like they hate their job. If they do, you cannot tell. You cannot tell. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going with him. The only thing is, the plan that I went with, it took me a while to make the final decision to go with him, because I loved everything about his office, everything about like his personality, everything about, like, I felt good about everything except one request that he was asking was for me to get an extraction on my bottom tooth. Because I have pictures, so I'm going to insert them now so you guys can see what it looked like, okay? Do not drag me across this internet. I'm here to help you, okay? If you were thinking about it, I'm here to help you. We're friends here. I definitely hated that part. I hated that I had to get that tooth pulled out. He assured me that everything would get lined up, that space would be closed out and that I had nothing to worry about. On day one, went in, they put in my attachments. I'll put a clip so you guys can see. They put in my attachments. Attachments are basically like little squares, and for some of the brands they put circles, like little dots. But for this aligner brand, they put like little squares on your teeth. Any teeth that needs to make major movement, they put it on that tooth, so that once you put on the aligner, it attaches and it creates like more pressure so that the teeth could actually move. So day one, we went in, we put on my attachments for the top row. Bottom row, I had to wait because I had to go and get my incisor, which is the tooth that was initially here on the bottom. I had to go and get it. I had to get my incisor removed. And you guessed right, I was walking around here with a gap. So another reason that I ended up going with the doctor I went with is because they had already forewarned me that I was going to have to extract my incisor, but they had a technology with the aligner that they could fill in the gap, and no one would ever know that I'm missing a tooth. Yeah, about that. It was all good until we went in, we extracted the tooth, and immediately I had buyer's remorse. I wanted my money back. I didn't want to do this anymore, because why am I walking around here with that big old gap on the bottom of my mouth? It was the most annoying. And I would say I'm a very confident person. Very confident. I don't lack confidence when it comes down to how I look, or, you know, just me. Like, I have a very confident personality. But for this one season of my life, okay, for this one season, I was feeling a little insecure about my mouth. It literally came on the day they extracted that tooth. I'm like, okay, I don't have a tooth there. Like, my husband is not going to want to kiss me. Like, you know, like when we go out, like, what am I going to do? Because I can't eat with the liners on. I have to take them out to eat. Oh my goodness. So long story short, they did have a technology that I'll show it to you guys. So I want to show you what the aligners look like. Let me see if I can find a newer one that I didn't use, because let me see. I'll show you guys what they look like, because they did have a technology, and as the gap closed, I didn't need it anymore. But I'm trying to find one for you. Okay, here's one. So I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but this is a bottom tray of a clear aligner. This looks like it's number 4, and this is the colored. Right here, where you see that is the color technology that they had. I got 20 trays, and that was expected to fix my teeth. So outside of what I showed you, I'm going to show you what a typical aligner looks like. This is what they look like. This is number 7, so it still had that coloring there. So they did sell me on having the technology. No one would ever know. I could eat with the aligners. So I became very frustrated to learn that I could not eat with the aligners on. Okay, if you want to, you can, but it is not enjoyable. It's not. I would not tell anyone to eat with the aligners on. And the lady who did the consultation in the office, she did tell me that I could eat with them on. And I think that I did communicate this with them. Don't tell these customers or clients or patients that they'll be able to eat in these, because it's actually very difficult to eat in the aligners. Anyway, so I got the tooth pulled out. So for about 12 of these, 12 of my trays, I had to get that fill in until my gap closed. So as the gap got smaller and smaller, the fill-in was smaller and smaller. Yeah, the fill-in was smaller and smaller until, like, I think tray 11 or tray 12, it was like a small enough gap to where it didn't bother me anymore whether I had it on or not. And that was by like September-ish, the end of September. The end of September, I felt okay. Like, I felt okay to be able to not have it filled in because the gap was just that small. The way that these things work is you have to wear them in order for them to work. You have to wear them the prescription time that your doctor will give you. So my doctor gave me 21 hours minimum. 20 to 21 hours. Which means I had a maximum of 4 hours that I could have them off. What did I do with those 4 hours? That's when I ate, and that's when I did my hygiene. So I would eat something and hurry up, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, and pop them right back in. Because this is the one thing that they're going to tell you, is that if you don't wear these, like if you think that you don't have the discipline to wear these for the 20 to 21 hours that the doctor is prescribing, this is not going to work. You're going to be wasting your money. You're going to be wasting thousands of dollars for no reason, because it's not going to work. The only way for you to move forward onto another aligner is for your teeth to move, and the only way that your teeth will move is if you keep this on for the amount of time that they tell you to keep it on. So during the treatment, you have to remove them to eat, remove them to brush your teeth, keep them on between everything else. What I hated the most about this is I did not go to many restaurants as much because of the process, just the process. I didn't want to be out with my gap as big as it was in the beginning and removing my gap to be having conversations across the table and basically a missing tooth. All right, it literally looked like somebody punched my tooth out in the beginning. So I didn't visit as much restaurants. We didn't eat out as much while my gap was closing. And also getting used to the inconvenience of having to remove your aligner, put them in the case, making sure like you rinse them, because I carried this case around, and I also carried like a hygiene bag around. Okay, I carried a hygiene bag around, so I would have floss, I would have my toothpaste, and I would have a travel toothbrush everywhere I went, because if we went out to eat, I had to go into the bathroom and do my hygiene. I brushed my teeth a lot. Every time this thing came off and I had to eat, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm flossing my teeth. So my teeth was kept clean because, yeah, because I couldn't see myself, because there's people who rinse when they're out and they don't have, they're not in their homes. They just go to the bathroom and rinse their mouth out and pop these things back in. Something about that just didn't sit right with me. And I also hated going to public restrooms to do this. So like either the restroom was clean or I had a clean water bottle waiting for me at my car. Because if it wasn't clean, like, I know it's not as clean as my bathroom, but if it was like a hole in the wall bathroom, I would literally wait to get to my car. I always had a clean water bottle waiting for me to be able to do my hygiene if needed. That was the biggest inconvenience for me, because there are times that I just wouldn't eat because it's too much work. it's too much work. We're outside. I have to take these things off. I have to make sure I clean my teeth, and I gotta put them back in. It was just too much. So if we wasn't gonna be out for a while, or if it wasn't like a celebration, which I think around my birthday time we did go out to eat, like I wasn't doing it. Like, count me out. I didn't need to. Like, I would eat before I left my house, and I would eat when I came back. In between, no. There was even a time where I would like travel around with like, because it was easier for me to drink out of a straw. I would walk around with like Ensure and Boost, because I'm like, I'm about to lose weight. I'm about to lose weight real bad. And I was like, mm-mm. So I would supplement meals that I was missing with Ensure or Boost. The treatment cost without the oral surgery or the work that I had to do before getting the actual orthodontist treatment started, for Invisalign only, for the clear aligners only, my treatment came up to $5,650. This included a discount. Why did I get a discount again? Let me check. Oh, so I got a discount because one of the other places that I went to initially quoted me that price. They were actually going to charge me more. So I had to fax them the paperwork of the other quote that I had gotten and tell them, hey, I really want to go with you guys, but can you match the price of this quote that I got from this doctor? And I'll go with you guys. If you guys match the price, I'll do my treatment with you guys. And they matched the price. So that's why I got my treatment at the price that I got it at. Other than that, I feel like it would be closer to the 6,000 mark. So that's something to think about when you're deciding whether or not you want to invest in clear aligners or Invisalign. From my understanding, depending on where you live, it ranges from about 5,000 to 7,000, or maybe 4,000 to 7,000. Don't quote me. I've been on YouTube, and I've done my research online. All right, some people pay 45, some people gonna pay 7,000. That is something to think about when you're thinking about whether or not you're gonna be able to afford it. There are places that I found that metal braces are just less expensive, and I don't know if it's I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but I did find places that the metal braces were just so much more less. Like, I found somewhere that they were doing braces for like, they were gonna do mine for $3,000 if I wanted a metal braces. Like, they were trying to sell me on metal braces, and I was just like, no, it's okay. It's gonna be more money, but I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. Like, I knew what I wanted. Like, another inconvenience was sometimes these things would cut my, like, the last one especially did cut my, like, it would be a little sharp, so it would feel like it's cutting my tongue. I hated that the first 3 days of having a new set of trays in, it would, like, I would speak crazy. Like, I would sound like a baby, basically, because I couldn't speak. I had a heavy lisp. I could not pronunciate a lot of words very well, and that bothered me. Other than that, nothing else really. Other than that, I mean, if I'm looking back now, it went by really quick. I wasn't looking forward to my teeth being aligned and straightened more than I was looking forward to that gap closing. So that gap not being closed was like, it stressed me out. I spent most of this treatment, more than half of this treatment, stressed out because what if that gap didn't close? My mom was like, why would you let them pull out your teeth? And it wasn't until after I did it, I was just like, why would I let them pull out my teeth? Looking back, I probably wouldn't have had my tooth extracted. I probably would have asked one more question, because I did ask a lot of questions. But I felt like the man knew what he was doing, because he just seemed so passionate, you know, and he seemed like, the way he explained things, the way he broke it down and stuff, I'm like, okay, he sounds like he knows what he's doing, so I can probably trust his judgment on this, because I'm not an orthodontist. He's a specialist at the end of the day. So I got done with my treatment. March 19th was the last day of my treatment. And I had the option of doing refinements or just liking my smile the way it was. And by the time I went in, they removed the attachments. That process is like the glue that they remove off your teeth. It does not smell good. It's not a very pleasant process because it's a lot of drilling and removing of the things that they've attached to your teeth. They also line up your teeth if you want them to, and square it out some more or whatever the case might be. That process was not a fun process, but after he got done doing everything that he got done doing, with taking off the attachments, and when they showed me my smile, I'm like, this is good. Like, so I asked the doctor, I'm like, are you happy with the results? And he was like, listen, I'm always going to find something because I'm a perfectionist and I've been doing this for so long. Are you happy? Because I was happy, but I wanted to know, like, is he happy? He's like, if you're happy and you're like, you're burnt out from this, he wouldn't recommend me do the refinements. But if I feel like I can continue and go on, because I didn't need the refinements. They did the x-rays, they did the photos. I didn't have any teeth that weren't aligned. Everything was good. Everything was great. But there's always room for like small adjustments, tiny adjustments. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm burnt out. Like I'm fine. Like I could do without. Like 10 out of 10, but still I don't know if I would recommend. That's how I was feeling at that time. So I opted out for no refinements, and I'm very happy with my results. I am so happy with my results. I'm glad I did it. So going in, I don't think people realize that fixing your teeth or any type of orthodontic treatment is a lifelong commitment. Now that I'm done, I have to wear retainers every night. All the movement that's been done, if you don't wear your retainers at night, you'll need braces again. Like it's literally a setup if you don't do what they ask you to do. Like, and I'm not bad with commitment and keeping up with the things that I've committed myself to. So I know that the retainers are not going to be an issue. But if you're someone who don't remember things or don't do well with things, just like people used to ask me, like, how are you so good at taking your birth control pills? Because I know for me, I know that I'm not, I'm not in the phase of my life where I would like where I want another child. So I'm taking birth control, having the birth control pills somewhere that I could remember, somewhere that I'll see them and it'll remind me, hey, did you take them today? And I will take my pill. So the same thing for the retainer case. The retainer case is next to my bed, next to my iPad, next to where I put my laptop that I'm grabbing every night. So that way, when I go to bed, I see it. I just wanted to make this video for anyone who might have questions and just kind of bring you guys along my journey real quick and tell you guys what it's been like for me, where we're at now. We're good now. It was a little stressed before, but we're definitely good now. I can speak now. My mouth feels free, even though it does feel weird when they take the attachments off and you don't have to wear these during the day anymore. I got so used, like, it's amazing the things that our bodies get used to. Once we condition our bodies to something, it gets used to it really quick. So taking these off was really weird, but we're over that hump. My teeth, I love my outcome. And I would say if you listen through this video and you feel like you could deal with all the things that I said that I went through, go for it. You will be so happy with your results. You'll be happy that you did it. Your profile, you're doing this for yourself. If you're thinking about it, go for it. I am wishing you luck on your journey. Whatever you decide to do, whether it's clear aligners or braces, I'm wishing you luck. And if you have any questions, drop them down in the box below. If you have not subscribed yet, do not forget to subscribe because we would love to have you here. And don't forget to hit the bell button on your way out so that you're notified the next time I upload another video. Until next time, guys. Bye.